Hello curl friends, welcome back to my channel. A special welcome if you are new here. My name is Jody and it's great to have you join me today. So today we are doing another chat with me, part of a series that I've started, basically trying to use up my stash and just chat with you, get to know you a little bit better, tell you a little bit more about myself. And so that's what we're doing today. I have some products here that I will be introducing to you as we go. Both of these products I've showed you before. It's been quite a while, so I'll try to link videos as I'm talking about them. But anyways, let's get into the first product that we will be applying. It is the Curly Chic Mixed Textures Hair Care, Your Curls Defined. And I did this as part of I'm trying to remember, it was the Influenced by Influencer series. And so like I said, I'll leave that linked up here and you can check that out. It's one of my older videos, so it's not as good a quality. I feel like, personally, I feel like I've gotten a little bit better with my videos. But anyways, I don't use this cream often. It is kind of heavier. It is one of those that you can use as a one and done. This is one of the few creams that I can use as a one and done, but I don't tend to do that type of style. But I'm pairing it with something that I think it goes really good with. So this combination that I'm pairing it with, I will say I have practiced with before. It's been a long time since I used this, but because this is heavier, I still wanted to do this before the weather got really like hot and humid and everything. So this is what the cream is looking like. It's going to take me forever if I ever do get done with this. So yeah, it might go bad before I actually ever get it finished. Anyways, let's get started applying this and we are going to just chat. So this is what I'm going in with. That might be a little bit much for one side. So this is going to work for both sides, I'm pretty sure. But Easter is fast approaching. Now, it's not quite as close to the time to Easter as I'm filming this, but I am going to be hosting it this year. And so that's kind of a first, kind of and kind of not. Last year I was supposed to host it, but my grandpa was on hospice at that time, and I was very active in helping to take care of him. So we were over at my grandparents' house, and my grandma had been hosting Easter for years. And before grandpa had gotten sick, I had stepped up and said, hey, would you like me to host Easter? You know, just try and give her a break. And she had said, yeah. I totally wasn't really expecting her to be so gung-ho about hosting it or letting me host it, but she seemed really excited to relinquish those duties. Okay, I apologize. It's been a hot minute since I spoke last here. I totally skipped ahead of me trying to part my hair in these sections because I find it's just a nightmare to try to do it in front of this camera and my lighting. The lighting I think looks fairly decent for you guys, but for me, I've said before, there's a terrible shadow with the color of my hair and I just struggle parting my hair here. So anyways, that being said, I have my hair all parted, ready for brush styling, and we're ready to continue talking. So I said I'm hosting Easter this year, and my grandma was, oh, we got a stray here. Okay, I think it's gonna go up here. Okay, my grandma was excited to relinquish doing the Easter get-together. Not that she doesn't like having people over, it's getting to be a lot for her. And it was especially, I think, a lot for her when grandpa his health was failing and trying to, you know, get everything ready for other people and all that. What am I doing? I guess I'm more paying attention to what I want to talk about than actually how I want to brush style this. I usually start from the underside and work my way up. Okay, so last year was different. Like I said, we had it at my grandparents', and while it was there, I was still kind of technically hosting it. I had all the food preparations in mind and everything like that. Now, like, I wasn't the only one to fix stuff the way our family does our get-togethers. You know, everybody that comes brings a dish usually. So, oops, what is going on here? That's not good. So I wasn't, like I said, preparing everything, but I was in charge of the main dishes. And while I'm proud of the fact that I cook more than I used to, that's a whole nother story too. I'm not super confident in my cooking. Like some dishes that I've practiced with, you know, okay, I'm confident in those. but some dishes that or anything that I haven't practiced with, I'm a little bit nervous. So I had experimented with a chicken recipe, and so I was okay with that. I had prepared as much ahead of time as possible, but I was cooking the ham for a family. Some people don't like ham in our family, but I really like ham. So I wanted to have that, and I had never cooked it before. So I was just nervous about how that was going to go, and everything went great. Food was great. Everybody enjoyed it. There was plenty for everyone, but it was just an exhausting day. It was a great day, but it was just an exhausting day. And that was for several factors. Like I said, we were so thankful that Grandpa was able to be there, that he had a good day that day. But it was very wearying. So part of the reason why I'm nervous about this one is like, I feel like I've kind of done it before. I'm not worried about having people over to our house, really. It's just with it being Easter, we always go to church and everything like that. And I think that's a rogue piece. It's going to go up here. I'm just trying to have the food prepared while not being here. Like last year when I did it, I said I was at Grandma's. She didn't go to church because she was home with Grandpa. And so I had, her to kind of look over things and make sure it was going right, plus her expertise. I'm solo this year. I mean, I have my husband, but I'm pretty much solo this year as far as cooking. I know my mom could and would step up and help if I needed it, but I don't want to. I want to be able to do this on my own. Now that maybe I am trying to be a little bit independent, so to speak, if that's the right word for it. I just want to prove to myself and others, not that I need to, but I want to prove to myself that I can do it. I want to be able to host for future events. It's just the fact with church being there, I feel like makes me a little bit nervous about getting everything done in a reasonable time, because we have lunch together. We don't really do supper, and I can make it a later lunch, but I get hangry too, I'll tell you, and I don't want to be hangry while I'm preparing food. So like I said, I'm looking forward to it, but also a little nervous. Let me know, do you guys like host any family get-togethers, holidays with your family? I would love to know. If you have any tips or tricks for me, let me know. I would really appreciate it. I said before that the whole cooking thing was a whole nother story. I guess I can get into that. When I married, or when my husband and I were dating, basically, I told him, I said, hey, I don't cook that much. I grew up in a house, maybe I've said this before, I can't remember, but I grew up in a house where my mom was a fantastic cook, and it was never one of those things that was really required of me. I mean, she had me try to cook some, and I would cook along with her on occasion, but not really very often. I was more like the cleaner of the household, or, I helped Dad outside a lot, but I didn't do really much cooking in my younger years, and I regret that. I wish I could have been better prepared, but it all works out. It's never too late to learn. And so I told my husband, basically, I said, when we were dating at the time, I said, hey, if this is going to be serious, if we're like looking into possibly getting married, I need you to know that I just don't really cook. Plus with myself, I was just living by myself at the time, and cooking for yourself isn't always something that a lot of people, I think, don't prioritize. It's just one person. Cooking a meal sometimes can make too much and everything like that. But anyways, so and he was fine with that. My husband was fine with that. He was very gracious. Where's my other hair clippy? Oh, here it is. I need to pin this side back. And he's like, oh, I can help cook, and it's fine. We can go out to eat. I'm thankful that we could afford it. But in the back of my mind, I felt bad, because I want to have meals ready. I want to just feel like I'm contributing. I mean, I didn't feel super guilty about it, but it was one of those things that just kind of progressed as time went. We got married. My husband never made me feel guilty about it. He's a good cook, actually. And so I enjoy his food. And so it was just one of those things. When we moved into this house, I really feel like I experimented with cooking a whole lot more. I will also note that while I didn't cook, I would bake a lot. And I was way more into my baking back a couple years ago even than I am now. I still love to bake. I love the results. Don't always need the product that you get, but I still enjoy the process of baking and eating it. So, I was in the kitchen that way, but I feel like baking's totally different than cooking. Is there one that you enjoy more than the other? Do you prefer to bake or cook, or are you a jack of all trades and do it all? My mom is one of those people that is a jack of all trades. She does the baking, she does the cooking, like regular food and stuff like that. Like I said, she's just fantastic in the kitchen. And I have gotten better over time. Like I said, when we moved into this house, I started experimenting more. Pinterest has been my best friend. And so I found a lot of good recipes, and I'm really proud of where I've come with my cooking. It's just nice having a meal ready for my husband. It's not like I cook every night. There are nights that we have leftovers. There are nights that he cooks. There are nights that we go out to eat. But it's just, I feel very accomplished, and I feel like I'm doing something for my husband, contributing, and just, I don't know, I just love the feeling that it gives me being able to have a meal ready for him. Whether he's coming back from a long day of work or, we've just had a quiet day at home, either way, I just enjoy it. Okay, so I had this cream all throughout my hair. I've never brush styled this cream in with this brush, so I feel like my roots are a little bit more dry than normal, but that's okay. I think probably I'd used the Denman brush before, or maybe my Tangle Teaser when I had used this, and brushes do make a difference. I feel like they do make a difference. This is hanging out in my eye. Okay, I kind of like to lightly part my hair without trying to disturb the curl clumps too much. And then we are going in with the next product, which is the Bounce Curl Light Hold Cream Gel. So this one, I enjoy this gel. Ooh, it's been a long time since I used it. The cap isn't opening up that well. I enjoy this gel. In the summertime, I have to pair it with something, a harder hold. Let's get this out. I had to pair it with something like a harder hold on top of it in the summertime, but in the winter time I can use this as, or in the cooler months, it doesn't necessarily have to be winter, it could be spring or fall, I can use this as like my hardest hold product. And like I said, this cream does give me a decent hold. I can use this as a one and done. I don't know if I showed you how much I had used before. I don't think so. I might go in with just a little bit more glazing as I scrunch upside down, but I don't want to go in with too much because these are both creamy products. Obviously the first one is creamy, and even this gel is a bit moisturizing itself, I feel like. I am going to get just a little bit more though to go on the underside. I think I grabbed a little bit more than I wanted, than I initially intended. Okay, I wrestled this wet plop on, and I'm just going to leave this on for about 10 to 15 minutes. Diffuse, and I'll come back and I'll show you the results. Alright, girlfriends, I am back with my hair fully diffused and styled, and these are my results. Let's get a closer look here. I am very happy with how this has turned out. Like I said, it had been a long time since I had actually done this combination before, and I'll show you this side. Underside. So it had been a long time since I had actually done this combination before, and I couldn't fully remember what my results were like. Like I said before though, I do have a notebook where I write down combinations that I really like, and this had made it to the list, and so I am so excited to see this. And there's another reason behind it too, because my last wash day I had straightened my hair with the Revlon One Step Volumizer, something like that, and this is my second time doing it this season, this colder season, and I didn't really care for my results that much. This second time was a little bit better than the first time. The first time I think I only wore it straight for a day, and then I washed it again. I did do a video though with that. I think that was my biggest surprise this one. But this time it was a little bit better, but not great. I'm beginning to think maybe the blowout brush just isn't for me. Possibly. I can't get the curl to it. All I get is a voluminous frizz. Anyways, that being said, I am very happy to see my curls back. I am very happy. And it's also amazing when I did straighten my hair in the back, like it went pretty far down. Like it was past my bra strap. And so when I see how much it shrinks up, I'm like, wow, that's just amazing. So let's give you a look at the back while we're talking about that kind of. This isn't my tightest curl clumps. I do have some more like wavier, or I mean, I do have a little bit of spiral there, but I do also, I just noticed like when I flip my hair over before, I just have some bits that don't curl up at the root quite as much as I sometimes get, but then I also do have some really good root curl right up in here. I don't know if you could see that very well, but I love it though. I have great volume, I have a good shine, and my hair looks happy, healthy, and I'm so glad to have my curls back. So once again, I do think this is a great combo. This is very affordable if you've never tried this. I did have to order it online through Sally's, but very affordable. Prices have probably changed since I did purchase it, which was right around pandemic time, but we all know prices have shot up since then. And then I did get the Bounce Curl online. I don't think you can pick that up in stores anywhere. So both of these I ordered online, but like I said, this one's affordable. This one, in my opinion, is kind of pricey, but they make a great combo, and this stuff will last you forever, especially if you have finer curls like mine, especially if you have a fair amount of products like I do, and so that'll last me forever. Anyways, let me know what you think of these results, and until I see you again next week, have a great day. Bye.